Hello everyone, Ben Williams here from Old Tin Cup Habitat Restoration Enhancement. Might sound a little tin canny, but we're up here at the First Trail Food Plot is what we're calling it. I think I'm going to rename this Boomerang after the shape that this thing just turned out. So I got the camera kind of facing away from me. I'm holding it up kind of barely right now. I'm in the blind, so we're going to look at this real time. Now the grain out here, which is our letter C of the day, is going to be cereal grains, but we're also going to combine that with construction. And this is talking about building these spots to make them more beneficial to you. And we'll talk about all that as we go through this video. So construction and cereal grains is why we're going to use the letter C today for our land management A to Z for whitetails in between. So this is a really good video, guys. A lot of information in it. So we're going to try to get through as much of it as we can. So here we go. We're going to turn the camera around and open up the first window. Before we open up the first window, brand new access trail cut in with a wall made so you can come in. And then look at this, only wall on the plot. And then I want to talk about this. The only wall we put on this plot is right here. And what this does is blocks our access in. We're going to have a blend here of switchgrass put in front of this as well to stage it off right here where it's tore up, and you can kind of see what's going to be outside door number one once we get this out. But this is going to be your bulletproof access. Thickened up this hedgerow line of locust. This is tucked up in some locust right here. Perfect for any south wind out of this spot. Coming into access, bulletproof, up the ladder you go. Obviously a little fine trimming needs to get done. We're still in the process of grading off the hill, which you'll see behind door number one. So here we go, guys, talking about construction and how this all makes sense and plays out together. So here we are, and the greens in this plot are cereal grains, and then what you'll see is the disturbed areas on the outside is all the expansion. So this plot was a little over 1 acre total. Now it's probably pushing 2.5 acres. So it's going to be a big change for anybody that's seen this plot in videos. This is where we did all of our no-till videos for the most part last year too. So right here is, look at that. So you can see where the grains are green is where the plot used to be. You can see all the cereal grains. We pushed all this out, only sacrificed 2 apple trees on this knoll. We left this solid one right here for a good scrape tree. That's a good trail camera location we'll have at this plot. But cereal grains was only the existing, and you can see to the far food plots. We might have to top a little bit more of that guy to be able to shoot to that far food plot. But then you have a big travel corridor right down in here between a bunch of bedding areas, which is a hot spot for the rifle. And then as we pan out on door number one, you can see where the green stop is the old plot. That used to just be some berry bush briar. And again, only sacrificed 3 apple trees on this knoll to clean this whole knoll out and pick up almost a whole acre right there alone on that knoll. It goes down in there, tucks up into a big apple tree down in the bottom. You can see he's leveling off right now. Pulled all the stumps, everything that's ready to plant. And then right up in here, kept a couple cherry trees, actually sentimental. That's where me and my father shot our first turkey together off of this piece of property. It was right under them cherry trees and that apple tree. So we left that. Good apple tree here, which might come out with an ash tree down the line. And then here we go into door number 2. Door number 2, as you can see, we expanded the plot. You can see grains is green. We took that back. Took out some of the existing stuff back to some released apple trees. There's 9 really good apple trees on that ridge. Big travel corridor also in bedding area that comes out of area number 1 down in there, down by a little wet hole that's on this piece of property. And this tree, I was going back and forth on the phone with my dad about taking, but this one's gonna go. So we can shoot this hole onto the plot, and you're gonna have 100+ yards shooting. 2 really good apple trees down there we released as well. And then clover coming in and under all those apple trees that are released. And then obviously access and travel comes off of this bedding area up on this hillside and down in this pocket. They bed a little bit in there in the early season. And then door number 3 is what I still have to do a little bit of massaging on. You can shoot right up this old logging road. Several hundred yards. This is all rock solid shooting in here. Safe backdrop shooting into the hill, obviously. Can't shoot them once they get halfway up the hill because of neighbors where the property line is. And then I'm going to knock a hole in another shooting lane right here. Those apple trees are no good. And I just want to lay them down in a linear fashion. Also doesn't let the deer come up into that plot so close. I want the deer out there. This is a rifle spot. I want the deer away from the blind. I don't want them right on top of me. And then obviously you can shoot the whole utility right away. Big bedding area up in here, which these trees are going to get hinged really high to block this a little bit more. And then we're going to screen around the blind, as well as building some blockage. So this is what you do to construct a spot with your letter C, guys. And it all comes around based upon the bulletproof access that we have of getting in here. Anything south wind is fine. Also enclosing your scent in one of these high quality elevated enclosed blinds. You can get out of the weather, out of the wind, get new hunters out here. This is super easy access, guys, and bulletproof access. And you can see a lot of area. We improved a lot, took out undesirable non-native species, increased the production of our apple trees in tow. And this is a great spot. I'm probably going to rename this the Boomerang Plot, but for right now we're going to call it the First Trail Food Plot. I'm going to get back out there to double check, and then we're going to go over to West Side Story and see if we can get in there without getting too wet or too stuck. So thanks everyone for tuning in to this letter C. Hopefully we find the letter D over there from Land Management A to Z. This is the update at Cider Ridge, guys. I'm Ben Williams from Old Tin Cup. If you like this video, give us that thumbs up. Let us know what your experience is with constructing new hunting locations on your piece of property. And this was all done for just a couple $100 of excavator time. You can't beat it. This would take me months to do with a chainsaw and by hand, even with a few buddies. So let us know what you guys want to see in some of our upcoming videos. I'm also wanting to do a lot more of these live Q&A videos like I used to do on the Facebook page, with everything going on with quarantining and all that, to get good quality information out to you guys. I'm out here social distancing. The best way I know how is getting outside and enjoying it. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, get all the updates, and I'll catch y'all next time here in the field.